1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Before we start the video, again, everything I'm going to say in this video is a joke. There are things in this world that are objectively true, that cannot be argued, you know? Like, there's 57 genders, and all men are pigs, and this movie will make you uncomfortable. Let's go. Palm Trees and Power Lines is about a 17-year-old girl that lives in Los Angeles. Leah spends most of her day with her time-wasting, bong-smoking, meat-beating friends. And one day in a restaurant, Leah's eyes lands on a man on the other side of the restaurant. And they were sharing a mutual, passionate look. And the man looked more mature and accepting. And Jack. Her friends finished eating and ran out without paying, so the girls had to run too. The chef grabbed Leah by her arm, and Tom released her and she managed to run away. Leah walked back home, and the mature man followed her to make sure she's safe. And slowly but surely convinced her to hop in his car to get the opportunity to have a one-on-one conversation and charm her. And eventually take the number as he tells her his age with a smirk on his face. Dude, if I lived in the same neighborhood, I would have snitched. You know, I would have done justice. Hey, yo, are you serious, bro? This dude said his age and, like, the people from Houston fucking heard it. Damn, man. If you don't get your Macaulay Culkin looking ass, the snake in my boot looking ass, Jar Jar Binks looking ass out of here, boy. Young lady, come on, Mrs. Sandra. Your daughter's hanging out with like a 34-year-old grown man. Damn. And you look stunning this morning. If you're looking for like a strong young. The next day, Leah was thinking of Tom and wondering if they're ever gonna meet again. But she got her perfect opportunity while bickering over the fact that Leah's mom invites some random dudes to the house. And to elude all of this headache, Leah left the house so her mom gets to have her time with her date. And Leah can meet Tom too. Leah and Tom kept linking up and gradually building the trust to take it to Super Saiyan 4, which was the 4th time they've met. Leah suggested that Tom should take her back to his place. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. God. Yep. Yeah. Go get him. Yeah, get him. Go, oh, wow. Go. Yeah. Get him. When men hate themselves, they jump off a building, blow their heads off, burn themselves. But women, they just date broke guys. So Tom dropped the glizzy on this girl, and it was the most uncomfortable thing I've ever watched. As the days passed by, Leah went through all the manipulation tactics that made her fall in love with this man, making her jealous, making her feel safe. All of this was a part of his plan, and it went smoothly. This dude got pedophile riz after the fish got derided by her group, and that derision forces her to go back to Tom. So Tom told her that he wants to run away with her, and guess what? They did it, promising her the world. Leah got shocked by this dude that is suggesting that a man will come to their room and she will go at it with him just to make a couple of bucks. And when I said the scene where she slept with Tom was uncomfortable, oh, they really went mastered autonomous Super Saiyan Ultra Instinct with this one. And after that traumatic event, she finally understood what Tom was doing, and she ran away from him and got back to her sedentary lifestyle. But that adventurous, loving person made her feel like she lost something. So she headed over to Tom's place, and he wasn't there. The only way to contact him is by talking to the blonde girl that Tom labeled as friend. She knocked the door and asked Tom's friend to call him, and she finally got the chance to talk to him, indicating that she's still stuck in that manipulation loop. And the credit rolled. This movie reminds me of Sharp Stick in terms of giving us like an unsatisfying ending or like a realistic one. Both movies gave the same feeling in narrowing your vision in a small neighborhood. The pacing of the whole movie was stagnant. They could have enhanced it with little montages and replacing some of the scenes where she was hanging out with her friend with informative scenes that goes deeper into Leah's mind, expressing how much she feels like an outsider by like singing and not humming. This movie will give you a clear experience of Sonder, where you feel that everyone in this movie is going through something, and that's what made it good. The story lacked a little bit of action, where at the end of the first half of the movie I was yawning a bit, but it was decent. It did a great job at conveying the loneliness and desperation of Leah. The color palette of this movie was leaning on the lighter side, where it represented the mundane and slow lifestyle of a teenager, and it was phenomenal. When I mentioned that the movie was stagnant, what I meant by that is the constant use of static shots and floating movements became little unrewarding when it should have been gradually building up to creative ways to give life and tension to the shots. Using pan shots, vertical shots instead of using medium shots, close-up shots, full shots that are all static to a certain extent. A movie without sound design is like me without my Alfred. With palm trees and power lines, the sound design was pretty normal and suppressed, emphasizing the point of being a teenager. But not having music to amplify the imagery really made the movie raw and soul-sucking, where I started counting my own fingers, just to make sure I'm not dying out of boredom. I think my main problem is the lack of using soundtracks. Every movie should have a creative signature where people identify it with. For example, if I start hearing this in the background, I immediately start imagining Will sitting in a metro train, staring into nothing, contemplating life. And that's what I wanted for palm trees and power lines. PTAPL. Last but not least, is this movie worth watching? And of course, it's a subjective thing, but after telling you about the most prominent parts of the movie in regards to the plot and the cinematography and the sound design, I'll say it's worth watching. The main reason why this movie is good is because it's relatable. Relatability has been brought in superhero movies. Marvel and DC have been at it for like years, and you should watch this video to learn more. Click it. Try it. Click it, please. Click the thing. Click the thing. Click, click, click. Click it, click, click, please.